There are 5 fundamental things you must do every single day if you want to get rid of completely stubborn belly fat. Now, if you miss out on any single one of these 5, you are going to be leaving progress on the table. So let's get straight into habit number 1. Habit number 1 of those who are extremely lean and shredded, like our client off to the side here, Pav, who got under 10% body fat at the age of 40 after struggling for 15 years, is walking. It is the simplest, easiest, most underrated thing that you can do in order to lose stubborn belly fat. Now, you will also find that stubborn belly fat is stubborn for a reason. There is actually less blood flow to this area than your extremities and things like that, so it is more difficult to get off. So we do need to keep mobilising that fat in order to strip it off and get you as lean as humanly possible. There's one fundamental thing that Scott, Pavel, Chuck, Sean and Jordan and Kieran, who are all our various fat loss clients here, all have in common. They all got under 10% body fat and they all paid attention to this number 1 factor, which is walking. Getting their activity up, getting their general step count up. If you're someone who's in a sedentary-based role, an office-based role, this is going to be one of your biggest areas for improvement. Use something we call the 3x15 method. 3 15-minute walks per day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. That equates to 22.5 hours of walking in a month, which is actually very significant for overall fat loss. By actioning the next 4 steps and avoiding the 3 mistakes I'm going to share right at the end, you can expect to lose anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds in the next 12 weeks, depending on where you're at in your journey. So if you're a busy 9 to 5 or a professional who's been struggling to lose fat and get rid of stubborn belly fat around your waist and hips for weeks, months, maybe even years, and stick around and implement the next 4 steps, then you're going to get that 20 to 40 pound loss in the next 12 weeks if you action all the steps I'm about to outline. Habit number 2 is of course going to be around nutrition. Now, you cannot out-train a bad diet, no matter how hard you try. I could eat 3 Krispy Kreme donuts in 2 minutes, and it would take me 6 hours to burn the calories off. So, habit number 2 of those who get extremely lean and stay lean is they either have a plan each day for nutrition, or they work to some form of target. Now, what we do for our clients is give them a plan that involves a calorie and a protein target. This is called flexible nutrition, and is generally what we see works best for the average person. If you're a bodybuilder or professional or something like that, fair enough, that's a different goal. But if you're a regular guy who's looking to get fit, lean and healthy, then we focus on creating 2 things, a calorie target and a protein target. Again, I have previous videos on these, I'm going to link them down below and exactly how to work this out. Habit number 3 is going to be around sleep. And this is probably the biggest area for improvement that I've seen after working with over 500 people. There was a study done a few years ago, and those who slept 5 hours versus 8 hours lost 85% of their weight from lean mass. Those who slept 8 lost 85% of the mass from fat mass. So just the 3-hour difference in sleep led to a 4x increase in overall fat loss on the same calories and protein. So go to bed and try and wake up at the same time each day. One of the biggest mistakes I see most people make is lying at the weekend. You then get thrown out of routine and you struggle to get back to sleep in Monday. So implement a really solid nighttime routine and morning routine, again which we have on the channel, and I will link below in the description if you want to actually implement those routines. Habit number 4 of the most successful people who get lean and stay lean is calendar and planning. So those who map out what's important to them on their calendar, their workouts, their walks, their sleep, their routines, time with their family, those who map things out in the calendar are most successful. Again, Harvard study done in 1985 who looked at those who set a goal and a plan. And those who set a goal and a plan will 10 times as effective. So having things at least marked in your calendar brings some conscious awareness around to actually what you're doing. So if you're struggling to fit things in, take some time, map out your day, map out your week, and fit you, your family, and what's important to you in first. Then think about work and everything else that goes on in life. Habit number 5 of the most successful people who get lean and stay lean is accountability. To themselves or to another party. Those who are the most successful, they weigh in regularly, they take measurements regularly, they take photos regularly. If you're finding that you're struggling, you can't lose fat, you're out of shape, you're maybe slipping into some bad habits, start doing this every single week. Check in with yourself. Take photos, take measurements, and take your weigh in. Take your weigh in 3 times per week. This will not last long in terms of you slipping in the wrong direction, because there's only so many times you can see a poor result and not do something about it. So habit number 5 is accountability to yourself, a coach, a friend, whatever. Find someone you can hold yourself accountable with and to, and you will skyrocket your success. Now, let's get into the 3 biggest mistakes when implementing these. The 3 biggest mistakes I see when trying to implement these and pushing people to try and get lean is, firstly, too much too soon. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Focus on breaking down one of these and implementing it this week, not all of them in the one go. The second biggest mistake I see is expecting too much too soon. Everyone expects to change the world overnight. If you're out of shape, 20, 40 pounds overweight, it's probably taken weeks, months, maybe even years to get there. It's going to take weeks, months, and maybe even years to get to where you need to be. So slow it down, expand your time horizons, and focus on getting in great shape over the next 6 to 12 months to serve yourself for the next few decades. And the third and final mistake is, of course, lack of accountability. Track, measure, adjust every single week. If you're not looking at what you're doing, measuring your progress, constantly tracking and adjusting, then you're going to fail. It's as simple as that. You can't just set it and forget it. You're going to change, so the plan has to continue changing as well. So if you want to lose 20 to 40 pounds like all of these guys here, then focus on implementing these 5 habits over the next 12 to 16 weeks and focus on avoiding those 3 mistakes. Also, after the videos off to the side, it's going to be the next video, which is how to get abs. Highly suggest you watch it. That's going to take this further and show you all the nutrition tactics, training tactics that we use personally to help our clients lose weight, get fit, and stay lean forever.